What is going on, guys? Back at you with another video here. Today, I want to talk about how I think Kingdom Hearts 4 practically is basically, honestly, coming out tomorrow. Based on what you might be asking, Pat. Well, I do need money, and I get money through making videos about Kingdom Hearts. So, let's get right into it. Before I tell you about exactly why I think this news has any bearing or relevance on your life as a fan of this series, let me just start out with a little explanation of what we're talking about here. So, it was the year 1999. Square and Disney were actually sharing office space when two executives happened upon an elevator, which is just some sort of mechanism that can lift one person, or several people even, from one floor to another. And also, it goes both ways. You could actually go down to up and then up to down. So what happened is these executives, they met inside one of these little box things. Not like the black box from KH4, which I will be doing several videos on. No, I'm talking about the elevator, the little lifty thing that I was mentioning from earlier. Two executives, and executives, by the way, are people who are at the top of the organization. They're some of the big decision makers, some of the big players, so to speak, like chess pieces on Ericus and Xehanort's chessboard. So the executives, they met in this elevator because they were sharing office space, which actually, The Office is a show that I haven't watched the original British version, but I did actually binge a couple of the American seasons during quarantine, and I've got to say, that's a pretty funny show. If you haven't heard of The Office, you might want to consider checking that out. And I will say, I do think that through some kind of legal shenanigans, we could be seeing an Office world in Kingdom Hearts 4. Steve Carell party member? Leave a like if you want a Steve Carell party member in Kingdom Hearts 4. So these executives met in that elevator, remember the one from before, and they said, hey, we should make a game together. We could probably make a lot of money if we were to do that. We could make a lot of money if we were to do this thing that I'm pitching right now. I could make shitloads of money doing this, and it might not even be that much work, you know? I mean, ideally, we'd want to put a lot of time and effort and research into something like this kind of project that I'm pitching to you in this elevator. It's me, the executive, talking, but on the other hand, what if we made just a fucking titty load of cash doing basically nothing? Basically, if we were to just take just a nugget, just a morsel of information and just stretch it out into a full-length video, a full-length game. A fucking cock ton of money is all I'm saying. Thankfully, they didn't do that. They actually put a lot of work in this little indie title called Kingdom Hearts. And it's a good thing they did, because could you imagine just slapping something together, basically while you're on the toilet, and then, what's the phrase? It's there's this common, getting the masses addicted to your shit gruel content. That would be bad, but luckily they didn't do that. They made a fucking masterpiece of a video game. One of my favorites of all time, I have to say. And the thing with Kingdom Hearts is that it's about friendship and bonds and combat. It just makes you feel good. So they put this first game out, right? And it does so well, they decide, we're gonna make a couple more. And so they just start making more games, right? So then you get stuff like Kingdom Hearts Coded, Kingdom Hearts Recoded, which, guys, brings us to Kingdom Hearts 3 in 2019 AD. And I do have to point out that AD does not actually stand for After Death. A lot of people think AD means after death of Goofy, but it's actually Anno Domini, which is a reference to the founder and president of the Domino's pizza chain. Are you fucking kidding me? You can't run mid-rolls until 8 minutes? 8 minutes I'm supposed to? Oh my fucking god. What worlds do you think we could see in Kingdom Hearts 4? I've been going through a couple in my head. I'm thinking Emperor's New Groove. I'm thinking possibly Dinosaur. That was a big CGI movie at the turn of the century. I know a lot of people want an Atlantis-based world, but we already had that back in KH1 and 2. Don't you remember Swim This Way? I think we've had enough of that. Oh, fuck. 438. Kingdom Hearts 4, right, so basically what I heard from a source at Square Enix being my uncle, the development time is going to be a lot shorter because we're not going to be switching engines. And the really smart thing that I've heard that they've been doing is they actually split dev teams, so you have one working on KH4 and then another team working on the Verum Rex spin-off for PlayStation Vita. God, wasn't it so cool in Kingdom Hearts 2 when Sora was able to dual wield, like, Valor form, Master form, Final? I mean, that's just the coolest shit. Like, I really hope they bring stuff like that back for Kingdom Hearts 4. Like, that was the best part of the entire series. I can't breathe. I've actually got an article, let me see. Interviewer says, let's talk about the future outlook of the series. With KH4 as Saga, the Seekers of Darkness saga ended, but there's still a lot of mystery surrounding the characters, correct? And then Nomura said, of course, in the near future, I plan to change the story drastically, as in change the structure on how it's told in a way that it can grab all the pending mysteries. So when Nomura says this in this Melody of Memory interview from a couple of months, about a year or two ago, by changing the structure of how it's told, he means that he's going to make it so the games come out faster, you fucking idiots. I mean, it's right there in the interview from the man himself. It's practically right here on our doorsteps. Things aren't going so great at home. So, like, what worlds do you think we're gonna see in this thing? I'm thinking maybe Star Wars? Alright, let's go. Home stretch. 2 minutes. 2 minutes. Let's go. And, guys, what we're forgetting, and it's kind of, like, easy to miss, but the 20th anniversary of the series is coming up in March. So, it basically means... Did I say that the game was coming out tomorrow? It's fucking January. Shit. Oh, wait. Okay. Well, how do I... So, it's... The anniversary's in March. It's, like, 2 months... Today, it's January now. They don't fucking know the difference. It's coming out tomorrow. And it's just amazing to think that all of this is happening because of a chance encounter in an elevator so many years ago. Also, there's the Kingdom Hearts Disney Plus TV show that actually came out 3 months ago. You missed it. And that reminds me, actually, of another TV show that I was watching not too long ago during quarantine, The Office. What happened with most of the cast on that show? Like, you see John Krasinski and obviously Steve Carell doing stuff, but, like, whatever happened to, like, Angela or Toby? Like, what are they up to nowadays? It makes you wonder. And there you have it, guys. My little theory on why it's pretty much 100% confirmed that the game is probably coming out today. It's actually in your mailbox right now. The game released just this minute, and I sent it to you. You own it now. It's actually, if I were to punch you in the throat, which I would, because that's how little I think of you, the game would eject from your gaping maw like a PlayStation 4, because it's compatible with your backwards ass. Oh my god, the game is here! Kingdom Hearts 4! Happy 20th anniversary of the series, everybody. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, make sure to leave a like, leave a subscribe, leave a bell, leave a comment, leave a Patreon. Wait, I'm charging for this? There's no way I'm charging for this. Alright, we did it, baby. Let's get that mid-roll. 8 minutes, 8 minutes, 8 minutes.